Hello and welcome to the Alchemy Laboratory episode 2. Today I just wanted to harvest some plant material for some experiments that I'll be conducting soon. What we have here is some Bahia grass. This is really common here around my area and it grows literally by the tens of thousands, so I think this would be a good material for some extractions and some experiments. I like to harvest material that is abundant and grows quickly and grows in large fields just for sustainability purposes. If it's something that's rare, harder to get a hold of, or anything like that, I'll generally source that from from an individual or from a business. If I can't get a hold of it myself, um, I just I don't have the time to cultivate my own materials. I just get what's available in nature. I do have a reasonable sized property out here, 3 acres, so I do have plenty of material to work with. So all I'll be using today is, you know, a Ziploc baggie and these tiny little scissors. They work pretty good and efficiently for the small material that I'll be collecting today. So. Now we've collected a decent amount of material here. The thing about Bahia grass, the reason I like it and working with it is because it's a very sturdy, durable plant. And you can't get rid of this if you wanted to. Very drought resistant, very sturdy. Uh, some people grow this specifically for cattle, for hay, because it has a lot of nutrient properties for cattle. I don't know about humans. I'm sure it would. And it's easy to find because you end up with these stalks with these fuzzy green antennas on top. Them black things I'm assuming is seeds or something along that nature. And here, I don't know about other places, but here in Texas it grows like crazy. I used to think it was a type of weed. Invasive, annoying, and it's a pain in the butt if you're trying to maintain your lawn because it grows very, very, very quickly. It grows under very, very dry conditions, and it's impossible, like I said, to get rid of it. But it as you can see, you can't really see on this camera, but it's literally everywhere. And some people intentionally grow this. It just grows naturally here. The property that I purchased here a few years ago, I believe it used to be an old hayfield at one point, so I was fortunate to have a decent variety of grasses and plants and all that. So as far as for harvesting is concerned, that's very good. I haven't seen very many dandelions in this yard. I don't know what that's about. Maybe I'll try to introduce some to maybe in a couple of years, or maybe next year I'll be able to harvest some of that material. But for now, I'll just have to harvest that material from other locations. Another material that I'm interested in collecting this year, hopefully soon, I don't know how long these will be around for, is these little yellow flowers here. I'm not 100% sure what it is. I know it's not dandelion, although it looks similar at a glance. They're just a yellow flower. And I don't know if you can see on this camera, but there's literally hundreds, if not thousands, in this field here. This is my personal property, so I will be collecting as many of these as I want. I have mowed these before with the lawnmower in an effort to get rid of them, and you can't get rid of these. I guess it's some kind of some weed, if you will, and they grow back, and it looks like when you mow them they grow back even thicker. So these should be a fairly sustainable plant for harvesting for experimentation within the vegetable kingdom. As I said before, there's a great variety of plants here. Honestly, I'm not an herbalist. I don't focus on the vegetable kingdom, so I wouldn't be able to tell you what's what at a glance for the most part. Although I do know the very basics, and I do know basic medicinal plants, but out here I'm not 100% sure. Now I know that I have a few of these. We call these cedars here, but it is a type of juniper. Let me see. No, this one doesn't seem to have any berries. Those are another one that I will be harvesting this year for experimentation. Some berries. I do have another one that I'll show you where it does have a ton of berries. They're not ripe for eating, but they should be fine for experimentation purposes. Let's walk over and check it out. Here's the tree that I was talking about. You can see it here. This is a type of juniper tree. I forget the exact name of it. I just remember here we call them cedar trees, even though they're not really a true cedar. They just look very, very similar to a cedar. And these berries grow every 3 years. Well, they grow every year, but they're only ripe every third year. And from what I've read and been told, they're used kind of like a culinary spice and for medicinal purposes. These are not ripe, unfortunately. So I will only be harvesting some, and they will not be for ingestion. They'll just be, again, for experiments. I might collect some of these leaves as well. Not enough to harm the tree in any way, but just a little bit for experimentation. Let's see. They kind of look like weird, tiny blueberry things. So, just taking a look at these right quick. All right. As I've said before, you always have to be mindful of your environment, mindful of your material, respect your material, respect your plants. That's, like I said, why I only gather material that's widely available. If you go to an area and you see a plant and it's the only one in the area, leave it alone. Don't harvest it. Give it time to reproduce and make more of itself. Like I said, this bahia grass is everywhere. You can't get rid of it even if you try. And if you try, you're going to be very frustrated. So, another material that I will be collecting, but not right now, unfortunately. It's past season. Is this tree right here? I believe that's what they call a live oak, if I'm not mistaken. And it gives out acorns. And I mean, this whole area right here was just about an inch thick with them last year. You probably can't see none over here right now. You might be able to see some dry ones from last year. Yeah, you can see some right here. See? And there's literally, but I would like to collect them when they're still green, and maybe see if I can work some experiments out of that. And yeah, so I was just making a quick video today, just harvesting some materials, some thoughts about alchemy, and about all that. Look what we have here. Some bones. I don't know what this came from. Fairly small. Might have been a coyote or maybe a fox, who knows. Looks like the vultures already got to it pretty good. The rest of the skeleton is missing. It looks like they just left the vertebrae and a few ribs. I won't be collecting this. I'm just gonna leave it be. I just was walking off and I saw this, so I thought I'd document it. I mean, I guess it'd be neat for some kind of experiments, but like I said, I have too many other projects in the works, so we'll just leave this be. Let the dogs and the coyotes chomp on this for a little bit, and let it go back into nature. Now that's another material of the animal kingdom that is abundant, is ants, and that'd be another material that could be harvested for experimentation and the production of elixirs and potions, and for the extraction of minerals and salts. I mean, you can't get away from ants, and there's plenty of them. So again, something, just a future thought of working within the animal kingdom, which, like I said, is not documented well, but hopefully I can put some information out there about that alchemy within the animal kingdom, and maybe be a pioneer in the modern age of that type of thing. So, but that'll be for the future, of course. We'll see how that goes. Well, that's really all I have to talk about. I've rambled long enough. I guess we'll go ahead and call this video. And thank you for watching. This has been Red Rabbit of the Alchemy Laboratory, episode 2. See you next time. Thanks for watching.